Okay, so first of all, at the start of the season you felt a top 10 finish was possible. How pleasing is that you've achieved that already and also obviously have something still to play for this season?
Obviously satisfying that we're where we are, to be honest, and just now the frustration will only be if we can't just push on in the last two games. That, albeit it is out of our hands effectively, but still there's 6 points to play for, and this stage of the season those 6 points are very, very important to us, and success will be to get one of those top 6 slots, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We've had a great cup run, but that apart, to conclude what would be a memorable season would be to at least finish in that 6th slot.
Yeah. Again and again, the players' work ethic on the pitch has been commented this season, and again that was evident on Monday's win at Carlisle.
Yeah, the spirit, the attitude, and the focus, and I've put a lot of emphasis on the focus and the attitude. Has been good, and there's been no let up from me or the staff, and in terms of our preparation for Saturday's game, which is a tremendously big game, that those sort of characteristics and that commitment and that focus need to be just as prevalent as they were in the middle of the season.
Obviously in recent weeks you've had players like Lee Butcher and Ryan Jarvis make a telling contribution. How pleasing is that to have players that have been out of the side for a while to come in and make an impact straight away?
I think that's one of the characteristics of the squad, of the side, that throughout the season, to be honest, I've made substitutions and we've made an impact. Jonathan Tahui against Arsenal, and Poku against Oldham. You can go right the way through it. Jarvis against Peterborough. Butcher saves a penalty. I mean, you can go right through the season, and there's been really positive contributions from a number of players, and that's what I'm talking about really. That's that focus, even though maybe you're not starting a game, that if you have to come on for half an hour or 45 minutes or even 10 minutes, that you attempt to do your very best, and that's all I can ask for.
Looking forward to Tranmere's Saturday's home game against Tranmere. It's obviously a team that probably played different to the last couple of games, but also a team you've already beaten this season as well.
Yeah, I think it's a tough game. They're a very, very strong physical side, and every team in this league will give you a different test, and certainly physically they will give us a huge test on Saturday. They're safe now in terms of their status for League One. However, Les's teams are very, very difficult to beat. He's done a terrific job there, and we will not underestimate Tranmere in the slightest.
No. Obviously, with it being the last home game of the regular season, ever since your first home game against Norwich, the crowd seems to have pulled together. How important has their support been this season?
I think it's been ever increasing support for the team, and the way that, one, we've tried to play, the style of our play, and two, for that spirit and that attitude that they've shown. I think they're proud of their side, as we are, and there's been a real togetherness even in defeat, and one of the classic situations this season for me is we've had some fantastic highs, but we had a dreadful day at home against my former club, as it happens, in Yeovil, where we lost 5-1. We lost 5-1, and things just, it was a bad day at the office, and there were things we couldn't control that went wrong for us, and sendings off and penalties and players getting injured, and but the crowd still stayed behind the team, and that will be one of the highlights, if not the highlight of the season for me, because with the fans staying behind the team, that self-belief has still remained, I think, so often, because football's a now situation, and when fans do get onto a team quickly, that kind of belief drains away, and negativity can quickly surround your football club, and all that hard work that you've done maybe throughout the season can dissipate, and we didn't want that to happen, and our fans didn't want that to happen, and for that will always be in my memory.